Hello everybody, it's here, and today I got requests from someone that he said how to make it on Android, since on Android you can't press it to open the door nor get the key. So what I've come up is when you enter the trigger, it will show a UI. So I've done some testing, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now first, we have to make the door. Now I have made a simple wall but not the door yet, so I can show you how to make the door. Please follow the steps so you won't get any error. Now make sure you are on pivot and on global. If you do center, it will act weird when you try to rotate the hinge, the global and the local, where if you doesn't do that, it will just show everything on the middle. Okay, now I'm going to copy this wall, just name this door and just resize it to the correct size. Oh, why is that shadow is looking very weird? Also make sure that you are on Android Switch platform, and I just made a simple character which is rigid body FPS controller, and the dual touch controls being the child of the rigid body FPS controller. Same goes for event system. After you're done resizing this correctly, which I'm not really good at it. Oh yeah, shadows looks weird on there. There's our door, and make a new empty game object and call this hinge. Move the hinge to the correct position as how a hinge should be. Which is around there. Oops. It's around there. Okay, if you think that's a good spot, drag your door to the hinge, so your door should be the child of the hinge. Now if you rotate the hinge, it must rotate as a door correctly. Okay, now just change to back to normal. Okay, so we're done. Now I'm going to make a new game object, cube. This will be the key. If you have a key game object, that will be better, but it's just the same. For this demonstration, I'm just going to use a cube. Okay, just act that this is the key. Now create game object, two empty game object, and call, actually just one, and call this. Actually, I don't think you need game object. You can just play with this box collider that the box has, and just resize everything to where the player has to pick up the key, and make sure it's on its trigger. Now same goes on the hinge. The hinge doesn't have any game object or a box collider, so I'm going to make that and move the hinge correctly. It's gonna set this to 555, but change the Z, not the Z, the X should be longer. That's too big. It's just gonna center this first. Alright, let's get to coding now. C#, I'm going to make a new to the key. Okay, so this is the key. Okay, so this is the key. Now first going to make a public boolean or bool in trigger, and then public game object the key, then public game object UI. First gonna name is the UI, and then void in void on trigger enter collider other. Just remove the private. If other dot game object dot tag is equal to player, or any tag that you set to the player, and then want to set this in trigger is to true semicolon, then goes other way around for void on trigger exit collider other. Let's just remove this thing. In trigger is false. I forgot to add something. If other dot game object dot tag is equal to player, and then just set it to false. Now void get key bool get key. If get key is equal to true, the key should be that set active false. Okay, the key dot set active false, and then on trigger the UI actually just remove the in trigger because we don't need the in trigger. We just need is the UI dot set active false. No, it's the other way around. It should be true. I'm just gonna copy this, go down here, Control V, and then false. Also, I'm gonna add void start the UI dot set active false. We don't want to show the press to get key button on start. So now go back to your Unity game object UI button. Why it's not adding it? Button, there we go, and the button is right here. Now we want to move that to the key. Now the button is now missing because we need is a canvas for the button. Now drag the button to the canvas and drag the canvas to the key. Now the canvas with the button should be the child of the key. Now drag the button to the correct place. I'm just going to change this to the middle, 0 0. Change the width and the height of this. You can play with this, but I'm not going to. Okay, that should be good, around 100. Okay, text should be press or just get key. Just change the font size to that. Also change this to pixel perfect to get that crisp image. Okay. Drag your key script to the key. Now oh, come on, don't disturb me. Okay, sorry about that. Now it need the key and the UI. Now the key should be the key, the UI should be the canvas or the button buttons, you know, to set the canvas. Now if you start this scene, it'll correctly doesn't show the key because that's what we wanted. Also under your character, my character is called rigid body FPS controller. Tag should be player. Okay, now this should work theoretically because we can't play this because it's only for Android, so we have to try that later on the Android device. Okay, next C# call this door and then open this and then make a new public static has key bool has key. Okay, and then the key key.cs active. Before that we want to go to the door. Oh no, so somehow I'm unable to change a static variable in Visual Studio. So now I'm using monodevelop and it works fine. So I do not know what's the problem. So yeah, so door dot has key is equal to true. All right. Now go back to your Unity. Go back to your key. No, not key. I mean the button. Now on click, press plus. Game object. We are going to change is the door key, which is on the key. So now just grab the key object, function key. It's called. Okay, what is it called? I forgot. Just recheck it. It's in the key. So the key, this key script is on there. So should be here. Key. Okay, why is it not showing it? It's called void get key. Get key. Okay, oh yeah, don't forget to add public so it can be accessed from here. So now key has key should, is it get key? Yeah, it's get key, checked. Okay, so when the player gets in, when the player press the button, door has keys is true, and then that thing will be, yeah. Okay, now door. same as it. We're going to make a, let's remove this void start, public on trigger enter, right? Oh no, it's not public, it's void. Yeah, on trigger enter collider other collider other we're going to make a new public game object, same the UI public game object, the door or the hinge public game. Well, yeah, I think that's all what we need. Yeah, the UI.setActive is equal to true. So void start the UI.setActive is equal to false. So on void on trigger exit collider other, yeah, I may be forgetting something right here. If other game object tag is equal to player, then oh no, player, then oh wow, why? Then what we're going to do is the UI.setActive is equal to true. So if other.gameObject.tags equal to player, the UI.active is equal to false. Alright, what we want to do next is, let's see, we have the trigger. Oh, we have to check whether, oh, we don't need to check. So yeah, actually we do public bool in trigger. Now when inside, so in trigger is equal to true. It's equal to true. The other way around, in trigger is equal to false. Now on void update, if in trigger is true, oh yeah, we need to know the state of the door, whether it's open or closed. Public bool is open. So if in trigger and if is open is false, just put exclamation point in before the is open, which means you'll check if is open is not true, so it is false. Then oh, actually am I forgetting something since you're using the new UI? Go to hinge, the door. Oh, we haven't made the door. Yeah, so duplicate the canvas and just put it on the hinge. Just name this interact. Interact. Okay, so all right, now open back this one, trigger void public void interact bool is interacting if interacting is equal to true, then what when we do the checkings if the player is in trigger, just to be safe. If is open is false, then what we want to do is var new rotation, since we want to rotate the door, quaternion dot rotate towards transform, not transform, door, the hinge dot transform dot rotation, comma quaternion dot Euler 0.0f, comma it's either 90 or negative 90, it depends on what you want. So but I'm just gonna use negative 90 0.0f and 0.0f time dot delta time times the speed of the rotation. So I'm just going to do 200, and then the door no, the hinge dot transform rotation is equal to new rotation. Now just copy that and do else copy and paste this thing, and then just change this to everything to 0. Just double check everything. If interacting after interacting is interacting is equal to false. Okay. So when it opens, it's interacting. There might be some flaw here. We have to do it. We have to do this on update. If we don't do this on update, it won't open the door correctly. So you can just copy everything, make a new public boolean is interacting. Why did I name boolean is interacting? So is interacting is equal to true. I'm just going to rename this interacting, and then interacting is equal to false. So is interacting is true, then we can check this one. Is interacting. There we go. If is interacting is false, just put exclamation point, and then we can do that. There we go. Oh yeah, we forgot to implement whether the player has a key or not. So just move this for a while. If has key, so if the player has key, then check if it's open or it's closed. Just double check. So the key when the player enter and the player press the button right here, you'll check the key. So just to be safe, I'm going to make a new ball is trigger, or what was the last one, is in trigger. Yeah, in trigger. There we go. So if the player enters the trigger, it will show the UI, and in trigger is the true. So if the press the button, it'll check if the player check the button, it'll check if the player is in trigger. If the player is in trigger, this script will be set to true. Yeah. All right, so for the door, if the player enters the trigger, the UI. So if it's interacting, okay, we're going to check here if has key. We don't want to show the interact button if the player doesn't have a key. Yeah. So just to leave has key. Okay. So let's check in game. Both of the button should not show. Why is because I haven't set hinge. The UI is this, the hinge is itself. Alright, so if I move my rigid body controller to the key, it's too small, but still work. Okay, so I tested a little bit. We actually forgot something to make this to is trigger, and then on edit, project setting, player, don't forget to change your bundle multiplier. I changed it already, so that's why I can test it on my Android. Also, I'm going to make this on auto rotation, but do not do that on portrait nor upside down portrait. So now I'm going to test it again, so yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, so I tried it and it didn't work, and it took me half an hour until now I found the problem. The problem was I have a door script on my wall. That's why the game is not working. Now hopefully by removing this component will work the game. So yeah, I'll hop into my Android and see how it works. So I went back to my code and oh god, the typos. Yeah, my bad. I'm going to fix that now. Interacting. Okay. This interacting. This may be a problem. Interacting is I'm gonna copy this. It's interacting. Oh my. It's interacting. So over here interacting is interacting. There we go. Also, I think we haven't set the button. Yeah, we haven't set the button to do something. Yeah, it's still on the key get. Drag my hinge to now. Drag your hinge to the hinge, the button hinge. Yeah, on the hinge, and change this game object to hinge and door, and change this to interacting boolean. I think this one needs a fix too. No, okay. So it should work theoretically now, hopefully. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I found a few mistakes. First, we have to remove this interact into false. So, wait, actually now, we have to add a is open is equal to true, and then is open is equal to false. Also, we have to remove the if in trigger. Like the last time we had that mistake too, so we are not going to do the same mistake anymore. So if has key is open, okay. Alright, let me just test this out. Okay, so next problem, we can't have this canvas inside the door, because if door rotates, look at that UI. So you have to fix that too by moving this to not be the child of it. So yeah, that should do it. That should do it. So let me test this out again. Okay, so I may have changed a little bit, so just redo that. Okay, so I think the problem now is the door won't open negative 90 degrees, so we have to change something in the code to make it work. So I'll just remove the hash key because it's already been checked in the first place. Is interacting. Okay, how about this? Okay, let me just try it. So finally I found the problem. The problem is with this is interacting is being set to false, so we have to think of a new way, which is by waiting. So I'm going to make an enumerator called reset yield new return yield return new wait for seconds. I'm gonna tell this just to wait for 2 seconds and then do is instructing false. So then start current in reset. There, this should work. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and try it again. Once again, so is open to needs a fixing by if is open is equal to true, so else is open is false. So by doing this, it should work. Alright, okay, this should work. So yeah, be right back. I'm gonna test this for like what, the 5th time. So yeah. Alright, some final tweakings. This is just 1 second, so you can play with this timing. Okay, so I'm going to show you how it looks like on Android. Okay, so I'm in my game, but as you can see, the UI is kind of weird, so just ignore that because I don't have time to do that. So this is a door. When you go there, it doesn't show the UI yet because you need the key. So now if I get this key, And if I go to the door, you show interact. Now you can open and close this door. Normally, if you spam the button, it won't break the system because we already set the timer to 1 second before we can do anything new. Even when you try to get out of the trigger, it still works. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you guys later.